Please be seated. Chancellor, University Council, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, senior officers, academic and professional staff, graduands, families and friends. It is with pleasure that I welcome you to Victoria University's graduation ceremony for the College of Engineering and Science and the College of Health and Biomedicine. My name is Susan Young and I'm the Dean of Students at Victoria University and your MC for today. On behalf of my fellow Victoria University staff, I extend a warm welcome and congratulate all graduands on their achievements today. As a mark of respect to Australia's Indigenous people, we acknowledge the ancestors, elders and families of the Boonwurrung and Wurrung of the Kulin, who are the traditional owners of university land. As we share our own knowledge practices within the university, may we pay respect to the deep knowledge embedded within the Aboriginal community and their ownership of country. We acknowledge that the land on which we meet is a place of age-old ceremonies of celebration, initiation and renewal, and that the Kulin people's living culture has a unique role in the life of this region. Now, before we undertake the conferral of awards, I would like to invite Ms. Michelle Levine to present today's occasional address. Michelle is Chief Executive Officer of the Roy Morgan Research Centre, a position she has held for more than 25 years. She was born with a passion for people and what makes them tick, social justice and an insatiable curiosity about life. With over 30 years' experience as a researcher, Michelle has been responsible for thousands of surveys, including many of the largest research projects ever undertaken in Australia, many of which continue to play a critically important part in shaping our society today. With a fundamental belief in empowering value of information, Michelle was instrumental in the development and refinement of Roy Morgan's Single Source, the world's leading consumer study, based on over 50,000 interviews a year. And in 2010, the introduction of the Roy Morgan Business Survey. Michelle was ahead of her time in foreseeing the exponential growth of big data and consequently the need for software which can manage and order massive volumes of data, as well as the need for highly trained analysts who can help make sense of it all. Would you all now please welcome Michelle Levine.
Thank you for that introduction. Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, graduands, friends and family of those graduands, and ladies and gentlemen, today marks a wonderful achievement for everyone here, whether you're graduating or whether you're with somebody here graduating. It's just a wonderful day. and I'm delighted to be here to share it with you, and I guess to welcome you into the real world, the next stage that comes after graduating. It's a complicated, complex, but I think actually a wonderful world that you're about to step into. Roy Morgan Research that you've just heard, I've spent actually over 30 years at Roy Morgan Research now, has always been in the business of trying to understand Australia, looking at the issues that faced Australia and what it was all about. So in the 40s, we were asking the question, the very first question, should men and women have equal pay for equal work? Still the same question today. In the 50s, we were asking questions, this is before my time, should women be allowed to wear shorts in the street? And the population was divided. We then, in the 60s, were asking people about how they spent their time. And it's really interesting. In 1960, Australians' favourite leisure activities on Saturday were listening to the radio, 26%, going to the movies, 19%, reading, visiting friends, playing cards or dancing. So it was a very different world than the world that you're about to embark on. Really different. That's not what many people do these days on Saturday. The issues then were about the appropriate apparel. They were, what were the social mores of the time? Today the issues are really big issues. The issues that we're all looking at and that you're about to embark on are things to do with really global things. They're to do with terrorism and global security. They're to do with babies that cry no matter what you try and get them to do. We've all got them. That'll be the next set of graduates probably. The issues are about climate change, they're about health, they're about technology. They're kind of really big issues that Australia's facing. When we surveyed people in 2005 and said, what's the biggest issue that you think Australia's facing? It was all about terrorism. By 2008, it was all about the environment. The issue that people in Australia now think is the biggest issue is all about the economy. So graduates approaching their next phase in the world will be going into a world where everything's seen through an economic lens. That's something you have to be really aware of. So there's no question that Australians face an increasingly complex social environment. We've seen really dramatic changes in our society. The first one I think that's still having an impact is the changing role of women in society. So women in the workplace, the impact that has on childcare, the impact it has on the education system, massive, massive change. And then of course technology and global communication and more data than we've ever seen before. All of these things are just today. They're everything that we're all facing today. We've also seen increasing numbers of people with tertiary education. So it's a highly competitive environment that you're all facing as you approach the world. And some years ago, over 30 years ago, I was sitting just like you, kind of thinking about what would happen next, wondering what the future held for me. I'd actually studied science, really mostly maths, stats, psychology, and I was sort of thinking, well, where does that take me? What do I actually do with that? I had no idea. Now, having run Australia's largest market research company for over 30 years, employing over 1,000 people, and operating in a whole range of countries, I've had to learn about a whole lot more than maths and stats and psychology. I've actually had to learn, of course, a bit about business. I had no interest in business. I had to learn about business or I wouldn't have survived. And I've had to learn about everyone else's business. So learning has been a constant for me. As a director of a gold mining company, I had to learn patience. I had to learn to wait until we actually found gold, until we could get the gold to come out. I had to learn about governance, the rules of how business actually worked, and the law, and thinking about how you do things right and how you make sure that you actually get it right. I also had to learn how deals are really done. So what you learn at school, what you learn at university is just the beginning. You then have to learn how deals are really done. And most recently, as the director and then chairman of the Malthouse Theatre Company, it was wonderful. I had to learn about avant-garde theatre and all about the not-for-profit sector, very, very different than the business world that I'd actually been operating in. In each of these roles, I can remember approaching the job thinking, what can I bring to this job? What can I actually do that will be of value? And so I was always thinking, how can I make a difference? And I have to say, in every one of those jobs, I actually look back and think I've gained so much more than I gave. You know, the learning experience and the learning and wonderful experiences I got were all much more than I ever gave. And you know what? I'm still constantly frustrated. Learning all the time, I'm constantly frustrated that there's so much I still don't understand. So when I finished all of those things, I did an environmental studies degree. And I wondered whether anything I learned there was of relevance. We did politics, we did economics, we did sociology, and then we learned about the environment. And I realise now it wasn't anything in particular that I learned. It was no one particular course that I did that was so important. It was first of all learning how to learn, but the other thing was a framework for understanding things, something that helped me be able to approach any job, any task and say, okay, so what's the problem here? What do we know? How do I analyse those facts? And how do we then think differently? So many of the things that I learned, and I'm sure as graduates, many of the things that you've learned, you'll be thinking, you know, what does that fit me for? How is it going to work? Relax, sit back. You've actually learned how to learn. The other point that I wanted to make just before finishing is to say this is a really strange time that you're entering the workforce, and I'm sure many of you are thinking, gee, why did it have to be now? Couldn't it just have been a few years ago when everything was easier, sort of catch the tailwinds of all of the good times? Let me just tell you, now is a really great time. It's just a perfect time to be starting. Welcome. Now it's as good a time as any. It truly is the right time for you. Australia actually needs you. The world needs you. Get started as soon as you can, doing anything. Don't sit back and think, what would I like to do? Will that work? Get started. Every job has an opportunity for you to actually learn, to engage, and as I said to you, I always got more than I gave in all of these situations. And once you apply yourself honestly, you'll be able to make a difference. And I know that because in our organisation, there is always room for people who will actually come in, work hard, apply themselves honestly, learn and contribute. And more generally, everyone here is clever. You've all proven that. Everyone here is clever, and this is Australia, and Australia needs really clever people. So now is the time. Let me just finally say, Charles Handy, in his book about alchemists, actually talks about the fact that the world needs new ideas, it needs new products, needs new kinds of associations and institutions, new initiatives, new art and new designs. But these things seldom come from established organisations, and I would add older people. He says they come from individuals, the new alchemists. So the challenge for each of us who seek to lead and to find our way in all of this is to find the facts, look for the alchemy and think like an alchemist. And remember, it doesn't matter where you start, it's what you learn and what you do from now. And the sooner you start, the better. I look forward to welcoming you all into our world of work and our world of actually the next stage that you're about to enter. Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you very much, Michelle, for those wise words. Thank you. I would now like to invite the Chancellor, Mr. George Pappas, AO, to speak with you. The Chancellor's role is to chair the Council and to guide the strategic direction of the University. Thank you, George.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you. Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, senior officers, academic and professional staff, graduands, graduands' families and friends. Welcome to all of you, and especially to our graduands, because today is your day. It's your day to celebrate your success. In graduating today, you've achieved a great deal. You've demonstrated a capacity to set goals and then work hard to achieve them. You've shown persistence and determination. I also have no doubt that most of you have learnt the art of juggling priorities, and many of you have overcome challenges in order to complete your studies. These are not just qualities that have enabled you to gain your well-earned qualification. They're qualities that will assist you as you build your career. Your success in completing your course is one of many successes that you will enjoy in life. So be proud of what you've achieved and know that your parents, your families, your friends, and all the staff who've been a part of your time with us are equally delighted with your success. You should know that you're graduating from a university that is highly regarded, not just nationally, but internationally. I think you've all seen the data from the Times Higher Education Survey, the authoritative Times Higher Education Survey, that has ranked Victoria University in the top 2% of universities worldwide. They've also ranked us as number 56 of the universities that are less than 50 years old, and also 55 in the inaugural Asia Pacific University rankings. So the success of your university is your success. It gives us prestige, and it gives you prestige for your qualification. So you can proudly claim that you're a graduate of one of the world's best universities. You can say that you're a graduate of a modern university that has done its best to equip you to meet the needs of our 21st century community. We aspire to the highest standards of teaching and learning, and we aim to provide our students with first-class facilities in which to learn. Our intention is to create the best student experience possible. We value your safety and your well-being, and we promote equitable, respectful relationships and believe everyone has the right to live, to work and study in a safe environment without fear. And no doubt, you've all seen the media reports regarding the incidents of sexual assault and harassment at Australian universities were released yesterday by the Human Rights Commission. Can I tell you that well before that study was commissioned, Victoria University implemented a whole suite of measures to ensure the safety of our students and our staff. And we believe that these are making an impact. However, we assert that even one incident is one too many, and we will strive to stamp out as much of this kind of behaviour as we can. The university experience that you've enjoyed is an exciting and intellectually stimulating experience, but I know that it can also be challenging to absorb so much new information and to juggle your university commitments with the demands of your personal life. I hope that VU has proven to be a university that is supportive of your individual needs. This university is always exploring ways to continue to improve our services by tailoring the support that we provide to our students so that every student's unique requirements are satisfied. We want you to be leaders, innovators, and not bound by tradition. We also strive to be innovative ourselves and will continue to do so with such initiatives as our unique and new first-year college, which we're implementing next year. And this will support students to maximise their potential as they make the very difficult transition from secondary to tertiary education. And a first-year college may not seem of relevance to you as you're all graduating and you've completed your studies with us. But as alumni of Victoria University, the value of your qualification will be enhanced as VU's reputation continues to grow. Through your tertiary study, we've helped you develop skills such as analytical and critical thinking, but the acquisition of knowledge must be a synergy of the theoretical and the practical. VU has an established reputation for preparing students for the real world of work. We do this through a multiplicity of partnerships with business and industry, by involving practitioners in the development and delivery of our courses, and by giving as many of our students practical work placements. We strive to provide you with the knowledge, the skills, and the experience to help you excel in your chosen career. The College of Health and Biomedicine supports its students with its technology-enhanced learning and through its strong partnerships with the healthcare industry. During your study, you've benefited from state-of-the-art simulation laboratories, with interactive mannequin technology, with high-tech nursing laboratories designed to emulate a hospital environment, dedicated student-run clinics for nutrition, osteopathy, dermal therapies, and purpose-built research and training facilities. College of Engineering and Science is also committed to meeting the needs of industry. In response to these changing needs, in 2016, we introduced several new courses, including the Bachelor of Building Surveying and the Bachelor of Pharmaceutical and Health Science. The college has also extended and expanded its international activities with 3 transnational education programs at Henan University in China, Lithan Academy in Singapore, and the National School of Business Management in Sri Lanka. Today, as you graduate and leave us to embark on your career, consider how you might use the skills that you've acquired to strengthen the communities from which you've come, or the new communities that you are destined to become part of. During your time at VU, I hope that one of the things you've come to understand is that our vision is not only to help our students succeed, but to strengthen our society. If we can build healthier, resilient communities, we are helping to give future generations, perhaps your younger siblings or your children, a better start in life. Today, nearly 200 of you will graduate at this ceremony, and I encourage all of you to remain connected to the Victoria University community as a member of the Alumni Association, so that you can continue to build your personal and professional networks. And I have no doubt that you will be wonderful ambassadors for Victoria University. So congratulations to all of you once again, but to the family and friends who are here with us, can I just say that this is a formal ceremony, but it's also a celebration. And because it's a celebration, and because we are Victoria University, I want to hear you clapping and cheering as loudly as possible when each and every graduate comes up on stage to receive their awards. And some of you who've been to Victoria University graduations before will know, if I'm not happy with the level of cheering and clapping, I will stop the ceremony. And I also say, if you don't clap and cheer loudly enough, you won't be invited back to other ceremonies. So I am really looking forward to as much enthusiasm as possible. Now, graduands, can you all please stand? This is one of the final tests for you, your ability to stand. You've noticed, because you're all keen students of the English language, that we've been calling you graduands. We haven't called you graduates yet because you haven't quite graduated, but you're about to. And I'm going to say the magic words that will turn you from graduands to graduates. And this is the important part of the ceremony. And to help me, I call upon the chair of the academic board, Ms. Deborah Tyler, to present the authorised record of all conferred graduates for this ceremony and for those in absentia. Thank you, Deborah. And now, by virtue of the authority that is vested in me by the Council of Victoria University, I admit the duly authorised graduates, the appropriate awards, and to all the rights and all of the privileges of those awards. Congratulations, you're now all graduates. Now you've got one more thing to do before you come up on stage. I want you all to turn around. I want you to face, if you can see them, I'm sure they're out there. I want you to face your family and your friends and all of your supporters. And I want you, the graduates, to give them a big round of applause to say thank you for all of the work that they have done to support you to get here. Thank you very much, family and friends. Seated.
That's all right. Thank you, Chancellor. You can sit down. Thank you. I now call upon the Dean of the College of Health and Biomedicine, Professor Karen Dodd.
Chancellor, I am honoured to present the graduates from the College of Health and Biomedicine. The following graduate has been awarded the Bachelor of Applied Science. Adam Xavier Duxon. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Health Science Dermal Therapies. Diane Camilleri. Jade Chantal O'Brien. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Psychological Studies. Caitlin Attreed. Olivia Susan Bennett. Barbara Billibrook. Sherry Kavanagh. Celeste Claudia Costa. Cheyenne Nicole de Zoiza. Salma Malek El Hassan. Erica Felice. Christy Lim. Eva Misios. Kayla Ann Moore. Leonie Knott. Dua Oman. Mehnaz Rostami. Wendy Adeli Zelaya. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Science after undertaking the specialisation in one or more of the following: Biomedical and Exercise Science, Biomedical Sciences, Clinical Sciences, Nutritional Food and Health Science, Nutritional Therapy or Psychology. Kate Frances Scott. Huda Al-Hadari. Mercy Lian Bawi Hrin. Shakya Rushirania Dararantani. Jonathan Edward Escalante. Skylar Izadi. Eric Ray Ocampo. Jessica Lauren White. Thomas Mark Adcock. Jared Martin Barrett. Georgia Rose Cormick. Annie Dingra. Matthew Theodore Goulas. Timothy Jacobson Hender. Stephanie Marie Krelja. Julia Lepore. Caitlin Ann O'Farrell. Sarah Kathleen Varmalis. Claire Ann Gauthier.
All of these people have put an enormous amount of work into getting their degrees. We really, really should be giving them a bigger cheer than we are so far. So please, can I ask you to just bring up the level of enthusiasm a little bit? Thank you.
Samantha Jane Quigley. Georgia Elizabeth Cornish. Alice Louise Cronin. Lepasava Antic. Nada Sekek. Rebecca Lee Temple. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Social Work. Huda Abdelkerim. Isabel Bain. Rachel Beth Karja. Kaur Daljit. Marie Aurélie Charlene Philippe. Claire Elizabeth Taylor. Benjamin Paul White. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Psychological Studies, the Bachelor of Business, Human Resource Management. Kim Lo Nyun. Dawn Palouse. The following graduate has been awarded the Bachelor of Arts Honours Psychology. Monique Fabrice. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Psychological Studies Honours. Sanya Singh. Bethany Wilton Harding. The following graduate has been awarded the Bachelor of Science Honours Biomedical Sciences. Stephen Robert Barr. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Social Work Honours. Ariane Duke. Catherine Margaret Elliott. Steve Hardman. Anthony Kiran Dulas Pereira. The following graduate has been awarded the Graduate Diploma in Psychological Studies. Liana Claudia Brasaccio. The following graduates have been awarded the Graduate Diploma in Psychology. Edge Sultan Kiritli. Erin Michelle Peavy. The following graduate has been awarded the Master of Applied Psychology. Fletcher Edward Kernell. The following graduates have been awarded the Master of Applied Psychology after undertaking the specialisation in more or one of the following: community psychology or sports psychology. Margarita Rosa Fiera Hernandez. Ben Mobley. Sylvia Tran. Harley Willem de Vos. Kessia Annie Inzano. The following graduate has been awarded the Master of Counselling: Sidra Abdullah. Stephanie Cassidy. Jessica Marie Ferrugia. Rose Yuan. Amelia Lily Todhunter. The following graduate has been awarded the Master of Psychology, Clinical Psychology: Sarah Diamond. An agricultural degree is awarded to a student who has completed a substantial part of the course at a high level but has passed away before completing the course. The Agricultural Award of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Psychological Studies is being conferred posthumously on Bridget Ann Jones. Bridget's mother, Jennifer, will accept the award on her behalf. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of graduates from the College of Health and Biomedicine. Chancellor, I call upon the Dean, College of Engineering and Science, Professor Farzad Kozrustashki.
The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Building Construction Management: Maylin Ali, Abraham Karim, Zaya Khoshaba, Talal Al-Aryan, Tarindu Abiguna Sekara, Rehan Adam Abu, Ahmad Noor Ahad, Hassan Masood Ahmad, Loy Al-Omari, Christopher Morgan Amos, Umayr Arshad, Nabeen Batarai, Vadim Alatovish Busarouk, Joel Rees Danzeko, Kyle Lindsay Danzeko, Babudo Paradipa Yayawadana, Alistair William Gonsno, Romain Greenville, Thomas Alexander Grounds, Kanishka Gayan Heti Kankanamai, Suleiman Iqbal, Abjar Kashu, Sachin Kumar Kundu, Zuli, Aidan Robert Mayal, Nicholas Negderitos Pastadigos, Felipe Reiling, Nadim Shakir, Blake Anthony Skipworth, Saruj Maharajan, Oscar George Oldfield Matthiasen, Malkit Singh, Shamsul Arifin, Hoinam Du, Enes Izin, Jake Emmanuel Limino, Ranjan Singh, Manpreet Singh. Majid Sabah. Jean Brian Darrell Williams. Dang Dring Khang. Tyson Richard Skiba. Muhammad Osman. Kennedy Asmasu Zaleke. Akshay Jarnia. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Engineering, Architectural, Mechanical Engineering. Ahmad Noor Bati. Chaudhry Muhammad. Amar Iftikhar. Aaron James Trist. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Engineering, Mechanical Engineering with honors. Yasir Ghafoor. Pooja Arvind Haira. Ajish Gopal Manath. Bimesh Pokhrel. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Engineering Science, Sports Engineering. Kader Lashlan Birchal. Joel Stewart Wade. Samuel John Watts. Jack Albert Wilson. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Information Technology. Saeed Noor Farah. Jamie Luke Tompkins. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Information Technology, Network and Systems Computing. Yaibu Noor Atwai. Jason Borg. Agustino Bach Garang. Wu Tan Ha. Sajid Hussain. Muzamil Hussain. Real Chok Javaj. Rahul Kakar. Damanpreet Kaur. Amandeep Singh Matharo. Paul Cosman MacLeod. Karambir Singh Nirman. Maninderpal Singh. Lovepreet Singh. Akashdeep Singh. Daljit Singh. Harmanjot Singh. Benjamin James Quiz. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Engineering Honours, Architectural Engineering. Khalid Al-Dayat. Saeed Waresli. The following graduates have been awarded the Bachelor of Engineering Honours, Civil Engineering. Muhammad Alajami. Khalid Al-Harbi. Sharif Ahab Muhammad Fahmi. The following graduates have been awarded the Graduate Diploma in Building Fire Safety and Risk Engineering. Julius Delmar. Rajita Ishanka Pereira Ranjasinghe Arachajig. Weizong Zia. The following graduate has been awarded the Graduate Diploma in Project Management. Alexandra Sigovska. The following graduates have been awarded the Master of Applied Information Technology. Kunal Agrawala. Deepa Bandari. Somya Sideshwar Ronad. Shavagata Roy. Sukhdeep Kaur Tiwana. The following graduates have been awarded the Master of Engineering. Chima Sadra Farhang Ali. Marina Peramali Pereira. Faizan Shabir. The following graduates have been awarded the Master of Engineering, Building Fire Safety and Risk Engineering. Darya Horsan. Anting Lee. The following graduates have been awarded the Master of Project Management. Dolita Samira Chandareska Abesekara Wanaku. Joanna Andrea Alvarez Gomez. Sadek Aslani. Sokhber Singh Katuria. Paul Maria Lulick. Chetan Kumar Avinbahi Panchal. Bahadur Singh. Chancellor. That concludes the presentation of graduates from the College of Engineering and Science. Chancellor, I call upon the Dean of Graduate Research, Professor Anne-Marie Hedy, to present the doctoral candidates.
Chancellor, that professional doctoral degrees are conferred on those who have undertaken a combination of advanced coursework and original research, resulting in a significant contribution to knowledge in the relevant professional field. The work generally includes a critical review of the literature, a systematic form of inquiry, and the preparation of a thesis reporting the outcomes of the research. Chancellor, I present to you Adriana Joanna Maria Vanson, who by reason of a thesis entitled Beyond the Boundary, a three-way partnership creating valuable learning experiences for young people in senior secondary education, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Education. School business partnerships can contribute to worthwhile learning experiences in secondary education. This thesis highlights that students value partnerships which facilitate interest-based learning, choice and autonomy. Importantly, the research conceptualises a three-way partnership of joint value creation, with students as co-contributors as well as co-beneficiaries. Jo works at Victoria University in the Centre of Student Success. For Jo's principal supervisor was Professor Kitty Terrell, and her associate supervisor was Dr. Vicky Plowes. Chancellor, Dr. Adriana Joanna Maria Vanson. Chancellor, Doctor of Philosophy degrees are conferred on those who have completed a major program of original research, resulting in a significant new contribution to knowledge in the relevant field. The work generally includes a critical review of the literature, a systematic form of inquiry, and the preparation of a substantial thesis reporting the outcomes of the research. Chancellor, I present to you Stephanie Camille Ashbolt, who by reason of a thesis entitled Short-Term Operational Planning of Water Grids has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Stephanie developed a framework of methods to assist water grid managers in short-term operational planning. She demonstrated how these methods can be used to discover optimal operating rules that account for trade-offs between water security, cost and spills, as well as forecast stream flow conditions. Her thesis was by publication, with 2 peer-reviewed conference publications and 5 publications in Scimago Q1 journals. Stephanie is currently employed by Melbourne Water as a water resources modeller. Stephanie's principal supervisor was Professor Chris Pereira, and her associate professor was Shrimona Mahapila. Chancellor, Dr. Stephanie Camille Ashbolt. Chancellor, I present to you Clement Ogugwa Azagwa, who by reason of a thesis entitled An Intra-Body Signal Propagation Study for Human Body Hydration has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Clement explored the use of electrical signals to infer human body fluid levels when the signal is galvanically coupled to the body. He proposed a novel circuit model to deal with time-varying body consumption, such as hydration and dehydration, which also has application to lymphedema detection. Researchers in Australia and the Netherlands, and in particular those at Lymphedema Association of Victoria, have shown interest in this work. Clement's principal supervisor was Associate Daniel Lai, and his associate supervisor was Professor Stephen Collins. Chancellor, Clement Ogugwa Azagwa. Chancellor, I present to you Bing Cheng Chai, who by reason of a thesis entitled Development and Validation of a Novel Approach for the Analysis of Marine Biotoxins has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. The research investigated techniques to detect the products of harmful algal blooms in shellfish. It resulted in the development of a novel technique that allowed for the analysis of multiple toxins in a single step in a time frame similar to a single toxin analysis. This technique has attracted industrial interest and will be further developed for use in commercial laboratories. Bing's principal supervisor was Dr. Nicholas Milne, and his associate supervisors were Professor Stephen Bigger and Saman Buddhadasa. Chancellor, Dr. Bing Cheng Chai. Chancellor, I present to you Sushil Kumar Das, who by reason of a thesis entitled Management of Agricultural Non-Print Source Pollution, a Case Study on the Yarra River, has satisfied the requirements for the admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Sushil investigated the application of data-intensive physics-based water quality models in data-poor catchments. These models are most suitable for simulating agricultural management practices for non-point source pollution. Sushil's thesis has made a significant contribution on how to use and process limited data for developing and calibrating such models. Sushil's research is informing the development of water quality management plans in data-poor catchments. Sushil's principal supervisor was Dr. Ann Ning, and associate supervisor was Professor Chris Pereira. Chancellor, Dr. Sushil Kumar Das. Chancellor, I present to you Annette Finger, who by reason of a thesis entitled Utility of the Little Penguin as a Bioindicator of Coastal Metal Pollution, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Annette's doctoral research provides a means for assessing the degree of heavy metal contamination along the southern coastal regions of Victoria using the little penguin as a bioindicator. Both examiners describe this research as being new and original with important implications. This is also exemplified by the publication of this work in 3 high-quality international journals. The quality of Annette's thesis was outstanding, and notably, both examiners passed the thesis without further amendments. Annette's principal supervisor was Professor John Orbell, and her associate supervisors were Dr. Peter Dan and Dr. Jennifer Lavers. Chancellor, Dr. Annette Finger. Chancellor, I present to you Sissy Liang, who by reason of a thesis entitled Modelling of Diffusion Weighted MRI Signals in Non-Neural Tissue, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Sissy investigated a variety of compartment models in their ability to characterise microstructure of different types of non-neural tissue. Sissy's work received international recognition for providing basic scientific evidence to guide the future development of clinical imaging methods. Her work has resulted in both publications and scholarly awards. Sissy's principal supervisor was Professor Peng Shi, and her associate supervisor was Dr. Roger Bourne. Chancellor, Dr. Sissy Liang. Chancellor, I present to you Baharuddin Mustafa, who by reason of a thesis entitled Automated Obstacle Detection System for Safe Locomotion, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. This research presents the design and implementation of an automated obstacle detection system for safe locomotion. One main application of the system is to assist the elderly and people with impaired vision for their safer navigation. The device is wireless and requires lower power consumption. The output of this research has been presented at national and international conferences and published in journals. Baharudin's principal supervisor was Associate Professor Aladdin Zayeg, and his associate supervisor was Professor Razul Beg. Chancellor, Dr. Baharudin Mustafa. Chancellor, I present to you Eddie Robert Ostachevich, who by reason of a thesis entitled Real-Time Integrity Monitoring of High-Pressure Membranes has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. A novel nanoparticle-based detection technique was developed for online membrane integrity monitoring. The technique enabled verification of membranes in water recycling applications to provide assurance of water treatment effectiveness. This work has made an outstanding contribution to the fields of water treatment and nanoparticle detection, and is receiving interest from 2 local Australian companies that wish to commercialise the results. Eddie's principal supervisor was Professor Stephen Gray, and his associate supervisor, Dr. Marlene Cran. Chancellor, Dr. Eddie Robert Ostachevich. Chancellor, I present to you Urvashi Pal, who by reason of a thesis entitled On the Standardisation of Ultra-High Definition Video Transmission by Digital Video Broadcasting, Satellite Second Generation, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Urvashi's thesis examined the use of digital video broadcasting using second-generation satellite in future broadcast scenarios using multiple resolutions, frame rates, and video compression methods. Algorithms and formulations developed in this thesis will be significant in the standardisation and parameter enforcement for broadcasters. Urvashi's principal supervisor was Dr. Horace King, and her associate supervisor was Professor Mike Faulkner. Chancellor, Dr. Urvashi Pal. Chancellor, I present to you Saman Kashuk, who by reason of a thesis entitled Investigation of MRI Brain Changes in Developmental Coordination Disorder and Friedreich's Ataxia, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Developmental Coordination Disorder, or DCD, manifests as clumsiness in children, and these symptoms may persist into adulthood. While conventional medical imaging fails to show any pathological indications of DCD, Saman applied novel MRI modalities to identify those regions of the brain that contribute to motor impairment. Importantly, this research identified for the first time the formation of pathways within the brain to compensate for DCD. Saman's principal supervisor was Graham Thorpe. Chancellor, Dr. Saman Rasai Kashuk. Chancellor, I present to you Raquel Rees, who by reason of a thesis entitled surface modification of thin film composite membranes by direct energy techniques, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Raquel demonstrated novel industry-ready surface irradiation techniques to precisely tailor the surface property of polyamide thin film membranes, giving them more versatility and high performance for major water supply and foods production industries. Her innovative work has been published in leading international journals, including Desalination, Applied Materials and Interfaces, and Nature Publishing Group's Scientific Reports. Raquel's principal supervisor was Dr. Michael Duke, and her associate supervisors were Dr. Ludovic Dumay, Professor John Orbell, and Dr. Mary Shee. Chancellor, Dr. Raquel Rees. Chancellor, I present to you Mahfouz Sawar, who by reason of a thesis entitled On Linking the Filter Width to the Boundary Layer Thickness in Explicitly Filtered Large Eddy Simulations of Wall-Bounded Flows, has satisfied the requirements for admission to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. During bushfires, emergency services personnel are confronted with considerable danger. They need accurate predictive models of wind and fire behaviour. Mahfouz developed very detailed mathematical techniques to account for turbulence in bushfire-generated wind. This fundamental research in the area of turbulent flow will underpin future models to predict industrial and atmospheric flows, including bushfires. Mahfouz's principal supervisor was Associate Professor Khalid Monuddin, and his associate supervisors were Professor Graham Thorpe and Dr. Matthew Cleary. Chancellor, Dr. Mahfouz Sawar. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the doctoral candidates. I now call on the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Peter Dawkins.
Chancellor, it's now with great honour that I present the University Medal for Excellence. University medals are awarded to those graduates who've achieved consistent excellence over the duration of their course. Medals are awarded in the following categories: the highest achieving undergraduate vocational education, undergraduate higher education, postgraduate by coursework, and postgraduate research graduate. The recipient of the Medal of Excellence in undergraduate studies for the College of Engineering and Science is Sharif Fahmy. Sharif is highly respected by his fellow students and academic staff, and during his studies achieved a perfect score grade point average of 7 with an average mark of 86. Please congratulate Sharif.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. We're going to welcome back Sharif, who graduated with a Bachelor of Engineering, to speak on behalf of the graduates. Sharif has achieved excellent academic results and has won 5 awards, including a College Award for the most outstanding student in civil engineering and the Fred Green Memorial Prize for Academic Achievement from the Institute of Civil Engineering. Sharif has a strong interest in community service, volunteering, and within his community, and offering tutoring and mentoring services. Please welcome again Sharif Fahmy.
Whew. Third time, last time. Let me start by chancellors, vice chancellors, council members, guests, academics, teaching staff, fellow graduates, family, friends, everybody, thank you. Thank you for being here, thank you. Thank you. It means a lot. It is an honor to be standing here in front of you to give the valedictory speech on behalf of today's graduation class. When I first received the phone call and I was asked, would you like to give the valedictory speech? My first reaction was, I'm sorry, is that the correct number? Like, are you serious? I was very excited indeed. Today is the day that we celebrate our 4 years of hard work, commitment, dedication, sacrifices, countless sleepless nights, and in some cases, assignment submission and exam day panicking syndrome. And as they say, graduation is one of the greatest 5 milestones in life, the others being birth, death, marriage, and the day you finally pay off your student loan. And on that special moment, I'd like to thank my family, especially my mom right there. She is the queen of my heart, no joke. I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't because of you. And the words thank you will never be enough to describe how much I appreciate you do for me every day every single day of my life. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you. I'd also like to thank the teaching staff throughout my degree, especially Dr. Rudy Van Staden right there. Give it up, Dr. Rudy. This man believed in me from day one, and this man never let down a student in need. He never closed the door to a student in need. I wouldn't have been here without you, Dr. Rudy. I still remember the first day that I came to uni to apply for my degree. Your words of encouragement on that day still resonate in my brain till today. I couldn't have asked for a better course coordinate or a teacher for me if I wanted to. Thank you, Dr. Rudy. Thank you. Please give it to Dr. Rudy. I'd also like to thank all my fellow students, especially Felipe Relling and his wife and his family right there. They believed in me from day one and gave me all the support that I needed. We started from the bottom, Felipe, and now we're here. Congratulations on your success, man. Enjoy it. You deserve it. Thank you. It's such an honor to be here. Looking at your faces, it brings back a lot of memories and a lot of nostalgia. It brings back 4 years of my life. And when I remember that, all I can say is, oh man, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all, and you guys all know that. My dad always told me that if it was easy, then everybody outside would have done it already, and it wouldn't be special anymore. And what makes it even more special are the struggles that we go through outside of uni just as much as inside of uni too. Whether these struggles are personal struggles, financial struggles, family, social struggles, they all mean the same. I myself, just as much as all of you, I'd assume, had to battle through some of these struggles. My parents worked so hard to come to Australia, looking for a better life, a better career, the opportunity to pursue your life goals, and blend with a society that appreciates you and respects you as a human being. You won't imagine the amount of sacrifices your parents go through in order to provide you with a chance to live in a safe world, full of opportunities, and allows you to fulfill your potential. And I appreciate that every single day of my life. Thank you. Thank you. And from that moment, I promised myself that I won't let my parents nor myself down, and that I will work as hard as I can, and I will push myself to the limits to take full advantage of the opportunity given to me by my parents and by my country, Australia, and all of you. Thank you. Thank you. I realized that time is my biggest asset, And the more I waste it, the lesser the asset becomes. So I promised myself to invest in my time as productive as I can and to spend it in gaining more skills that will bring me back to my dream career every day as close as it can. And we're finally here today, celebrating our success, our degrees, our academic achievements, all of us, and getting ready to get out there to the outside real world and chase our career and dream goals. But while we may be leaving uni to a world where job opportunities for the new graduates may look scarce, a little hard to find, and sometimes non-logical, just like the graduate position that also requires 5 years of experience, you know what I mean? Which is funny world outside. That means that you must always make the path for yourself and that there is no secret society out there that's going to tap you on the shoulder and show you what's the right way. There has never been the shortcut. It also means that graduating uni is only the start. It has never been the end. And I won't lie to you, it will sometimes seem tough to make your way outside. And you will sometimes feel that you're making all kind of wrong decisions all the time. But always remember that even a broken clock is right twice a day. And if you ever start feeling down or think that nobody cares that you're alive anymore, just try missing a couple of payments or a couple of bills and then come to speak to me. You're always important to someone, and your skills, knowledge, and work ethics will always be valuable to everyone. And this is exactly what the degree helped you to gain. So go out there and fight for your dreams, because life has no remote. You gotta get up and change it yourself. Let's be the best representation for Victoria University out there. Studying in Vic Uni was an honor, so let's represent it. And never get complacent and think you're already on the right track, so why should I try harder? Because even if you're on the right track, you will get run over if you just sit there. So to all my graduates today, and to all my fellow engineers, this is not a goodbye. Because whether you become a design civil engineer, structural engineer, project engineer, a contract administrator, an estimator, or whether you proceed with your postgraduate studies, I will still be seeing you again in the industry, and mark my words. Thank you everybody for being here, for listening, and enjoy your success and enjoy your day. Thank you, you've been fantastic. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Sharif, for your passionate words. Thank you very much. I now invite the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Peter Dawkins, to read the charge to our new graduates.
Chancellor, can I ask all of the new graduates to stand, please? I charge you, as graduates of Victoria University, to uphold our commitment to excellence in the way you use your knowledge, skills and capabilities in your chosen occupations and industries. To engagement by the way you use your knowledge, skills and capabilities for the benefit of local and global communities. Access, along with equity and respect, by the way you connect with people from diverse countries, cultures, socioeconomic and educational backgrounds. Let it be known that you are now a graduate of Victoria University, defined by a commitment to excellence, engagement and access in everything you do. I charge you to make a difference to the world by modelling these values and behaviours, and by being courageous in the way you play your part in solving problems in your work and in the broader community. Please be seated.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. I would now like to invite our Chancellor, Mr. George Pappas, to speak with you.
Thank you again, Susan. Well, I think you all realise that we're getting towards the end of our graduation ceremony, And can I thank you all for making it a celebration. You've all been great participants, and you're all invited back to future ceremonies. Look, I think as most people who know me will say, that the graduation ceremonies are really the highlights of my year at Victoria University. They're the highlights because this is where I get to see the fruits of our collective labours. And when I hear speeches from our graduates, from our valedictorians like Sharif's, which all have pretty much the same theme, I'm inspired. I'm inspired by the impact that we have on our students, on the people who come to Victoria University. And I can assure you that we're investing as much as we can to make sure that we provide the best student experience that is available in this country, if not around the world. And I want all of you, and I'm sure you will, all of you, to look back on your time at Victoria University and say, my time there changed my life, and it changed my life for the better. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, I offer our congratulations to all who've received an award at this ceremony. I did ask previously that the graduates stand, and they've done a lot of standing today. Now I'm going to ask the graduates to remain seated, but I'm going to ask everybody else to stand. Would everybody else please stand? Because this is our opportunity to give our graduates a hearty round of applause and say congratulations on your outstanding achievement so far. Congratulations, graduates.
Chancellor, that brings to a close the formal proceedings of this graduation ceremony. On behalf of the Chancellor, I extend an invitation to all graduates and guests to join him and the University Procession in the view on Level 4 for refreshments. Now, for safety reasons, I ask guests to remain in their places until the University Procession and the new graduates have left the atrium. Guests will then be invited to leave once the procession and all graduates have departed. Now, would everyone please stand?